What if you could fire banks and finance companies and finance yourself? You would have a huge bucket of accessible money to use whenever and however you wanted. You could recapture all the interest you are giving to lending institutions over your lifetime. Have you ever considered how big a number that would be? It's easier to do than you might think. However, the most important part is changing the way you think. It requires a willingness on your part to explore the new and the different, and we are confident that this idea will literally save you hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Meet Joe America. He's your average guy, just trying to do the best for his family and get ahead in life. Joe doesn't know this, but he is paying 35% of his disposable income. That's money he takes home after taxes towards interest payments to others. Car interest, mortgage interest, and credit cards to finance his family's lifestyle. However, here's the worst part about Joe's situation. These numbers will never change. It's perpetual. The volume over Joe's lifetime is what's killing him, not the annual percentage rate. Joe is making banks and finance companies very rich. Joe is like the average American and is only saving 5%. However, Joe is very concerned about the rate of return on the 5%, and he needs to learn a couple things about how money works. He is paying $7 in interest payments to other financial institutions and only saving $1 for himself. Joe's financial environment's deeply flawed. He will never build substantial wealth. Joe is trying to fly a plane in a constant 700-mile-an-hour headwind, but is actually going backwards. He should land the plane immediately and return to the air when there is a 700-mile-per-hour tailwind. That's a 1,400-mile-per-hour difference. Joe is now flying Mach 2 in a financial fighter jet. Welcome to the idea of privatized banking. Let's look at an example of a major purchase like an automobile. You can lease it, finance it, or pay cash for it. Leasing is the worst option since you don't grow any equity in the car and you have nothing to show for it after the term is over. If you finance the car, then you have given someone else interest and you never have access to that money again. It's gone forever. Joe knows that paying cash is the best alternative of the three, but there is a major problem that most people never consider. Once you pay cash for something, you have to start saving all over again. You give up all the future potential of that money to earn compound interest. It's better than using debt, but Joe is stuck on the hamster wheel of financial opportunity cost. He's always restarting the race. Albert Einstein said, "Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it. He who doesn't, pays it." In other words, you finance everything you buy. You either pay someone interest when you lease or finance a car, or you give up interest you could have earned when you pay cash. Privatized banking is the fourth strategy to pay for major purchases in your life. You've probably never heard of it. Banks and credit card companies are desperately hoping that this doesn't change. When Joe borrows from himself in a privatized banking plan, his money continues to grow inside of the policy, like he never touched a penny of it. Sounds too good to be true, but it's not. You want in on a huge secret? Top bankers and Fortune 500 executives in the know have quietly been taking advantage of this strategy for years. Over 85% of Fortune 500 CEOs have implemented this strategy in their personal lives. The three biggest American banks currently have over $47 billion in cash value of this product. They consider it a Tier 1 asset, which is a bank's lifeblood because it determines how much money they can lend to the public. The vehicle that we use is a dividend-paying whole life insurance policy from a mutual company. However, it's not designed in the traditional way. In contrast, we designed the policy for high early cash values to supercharge the equity in your policy. Not 1 in 1,000 advisors truly understands this design. This reduces the fees dramatically and cuts our advisors' commission by up to 70%. Now you can use this powerful financial strategy right from the start regardless of your age or income. Want to know the best part? A privatized banking policy doubles as a tax-free retirement plan that Joe can predict and count on. The growth in the policy is not correlated to the ups and downs of the stock market, and he will know exactly how much tax-free income he can take every year. And when retirement ends, Joe will have planted the first seeds to an intergenerational family banking system. Joe's children will be in a much stronger financial position than he was, and his grandchildren will have decades of a head start on compound interest. He has taught them the importance of implementing a financial process, not chasing a financial product. He has created a wealth mentality and has promoted a stewardship of money that can be passed on to future generations. Ask yourself, who is the banker in your life?